Okay, so we're going to move on to my next guest, who's a very successful author and has been published in more than 50 countries around the world. She's sold over 1 million books and has been translated into 30 different languages. Her latest book, Love from Heaven, went straight into #1 in the book charts, both here and in the UK. She claims that everybody has a guardian angel and that she can see and talk to angels. Would you welcome, please, Lorna Byrne, ladies and gentlemen. How are you?
I'm fine.
I haven't seen you for a little while.
No, it has been a while, so I'm delighted to be here.
Yeah, it's good to see you as always, and thanks for coming in to see us. We get straight down to business because the new book is out, and like I say, it's #1 in the UK, it's #1 in Ireland, so congratulations. I mean, it's enormously popular. People love what you write about and what you say. And in the book, it's called Love from Heaven. You talk about having been to heaven. It's a place that a lot of people have thought about, prayed about, considered, but have never been to. So can you tell me a little bit about that?
Heaven is a place where when you go, when you physically die, it's absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
And it is real.
Yeah.
You know.
But you have the unique perspective of having been there while alive.
And any time it has happened to me, it's either the angel Michael or sometimes the angel Amen that would reach into my body and take my soul.
Yeah. And where are you when they do that? Physically, where are you?
Sometimes I'm usually on my own. Sometimes they might say to me, you know, you're to go for a walk or you're to sit down somewhere like that. Sometimes I could be at home in my own house.
Sure.
You know, it could literally be anywhere, really.
Hello everyone, thank you very much for joining in as usual. Well, this is the second time that I've made a video on the famous Lorna, and I just cannot resist to intervene yet again. In the context of this program, which is not a political affairs program, it's a light entertainment program called The Late Late Show. Irish people will know it, but others wouldn't. And sort of anything goes, if you will, so you can go from the sublime to the ridiculous. But oftentimes, really, it is not the Jay Leno show and it's not the David Letterman show, which is like real light entertainment / music. You know, this is one of the oldest chat shows in the world. And oftentimes they can take on like real deep political stories one moment and then cut to some music and whatever. But anyway, the point is, it's always been, like many other programs, a platform for authors, so-called authors, to launch their new books, and especially if it's a bestseller or a good selling book. Anyway, Lorna here, what I take exception to, of course, as I did the last time, is that this idiot, Ryan Tubrity, who anchors this program at this point, if you know, as you've just heard in that introduction, welcome to the program and you're a bestseller and people love that stuff and it's great and people love you. But when you think, it's almost a perversion of, it's such a perversion of reality because it just isn't funny. It really just isn't funny. And, you know, for me, it's just, you know, when he that thing just there about heaven and what's heaven like you've been there. And yeah, like she's been there, and he can, and the audience remains sort of very, instead of booing and throwing rotten tomatoes at her, it's just the audience just go along with it. It's just this piece of grotesque entertainment. It just seems so surreal to me, and it's so dangerous in its own way, and it seems very light. And I know people, and always will, bully me and say, you know what, Sky, leave her alone, she's harmless. Well, is she so harmless? In the weeks we've had past, she's very careful, by the way, not to mention Jesus Christ. I think she does once in this interview. In fact, she does. But she doesn't sell Christianity, sorry, that's what I was going to say, or Catholicism as such. But I mean, it is just painted all over her, and the cross resting in her bosom. And I think it's so sad and pathetic in a time in you know, where religion and globally, and I'm not comparing this lady, you know, she's somewhere between either a pathological liar or she needs psychiatric treatment. But I'm not comparing her to, you know, what damage religion does in general. But if only people, the Irish people or any other people, could get past their heads that if she's selling God and selling heaven and complete fantasies that she couldn't possibly prove, when we've had Nigerian schoolgirls kidnapped by Islamic fundamentalists, we've had Christian fundamentalists doing their thing, we've had, you know, and it's all because of that central belief in God, heaven and an afterlife. It is obscene and absurd that she gets a welcome formally on this chat show. I don't care how many books she published. I mean, there's some things you cannot say. I mean, for me, this, in a perverse way, it's like, you know, someone extolling, I don't know, why Hitler was the greatest human being ever born. If someone had written a great book like that and it's sold in in its millions, would it be invited on a talk show as well? Because the reason I compare with Hitler is because religion, which he's endorsing, the belief in God, which he's endorsing, the belief in an afterlife, which he's endorsing, has collectively, yes, just like Hitler, caused fucking millions of deaths and torture and abuse of human beings, especially women, over the centuries. So it's just interesting how these religious fucks like her get a free pass, and it's seen or acceptable that it's just light entertainment.
And at that moment when it reaches in and takes my soul, it's like it takes my breath away. I don't feel my body or anything like that. I'm gone from it.
Yes. And do you see your body? Is it like that transcendental meditation type thing where you can see the body, or is it?
It's I've actually never really thought about it, so now I have to.
But is it a state of mind, or are you on a?
No, it's physical. It's physical. It's physical.
So
yeah.
Okay, so they bring you to heaven.
Yeah, and sometimes it depends. One of the last times, what I've written about in the book, Love from Heaven, was when I was brought there, and I just saw a sea of souls.
What does the sea of souls look like?
It's actually incredible.
Yeah,
it's like, in one sense, like all little children, in that sense, but they're just so perfect, and they're so beautiful. And
are they faces, or?
No, there was millions of them.
Yeah.
You know, so imagine looking at millions, and they all seem so close together and moving around, and they are so bright. And then seeing some angels, guardian angels, walking in you know, that spark.
So you saw God then?
I did, and to me, you seem shocked.
I am shocked, because I always think that that you think or pray, or it's a spiritual or a soulful thing, or religious experience, but I've never heard of anyone physically seeing.
I don't know why this happens to me. I don't know why God has allowed this.
Yeah.
But at the moment, I'm to share it with the world, to tell everyone. Yeah. And
so tell me about, now that you've met him, like what is God? What does God look like?
To me, very beautiful.
Yeah.
He gives a male appearance always. He's never given a female appearance.
Is he old, or?
No, he always. And the most incredible thing about God is that he is so overwhelming. It's like the Luxion, the love that comes from him is so overwhelming that power kind of makes you feel, in one sense, you want to run and hide, but yet you're so excited. You know, your own soul is just so full of joy and wants to run to God, but yet on the other hand, you're kind of a little afraid.
It's awe.
It's
awesome.
awe.
It's like in the proper sense of the word.
It's
awesome.
like that.
Yeah. And did you talk to God?
Not there.
Did he talk to you? But you have before.
Not there. In God's library was one occasion. He gave out to me for doing exactly what I said a second ago, running and hiding, because of being so overwhelmed.
This could very well be the stupidest person on the face of the earth.